would like to take this time to say thank you for coming out today for this event and supporting the young women in our community. Your presence alone speaks volumes. You care about the young women of Memphis, their well-being and their self-esteem. You care about their futures. You care about pregnant women and babies born and unborn. You care about the women of Memphis, period, how we are seen, treated, and respected. You know that the heart of the family unit is the woman, and it's time we take that treasured role back through empowerment and social revolution. Teen pregnancy is a national concern, and with national concerns, it seems so overpowering that many of us feel that our impact will have no effect. So how does that national concern affect us here locally? 1 in 6 births in Shelby County is to a teen mother. The average income of these young women, their families, is $12,858. The child is born into a situation of very little education and poverty, and sadly the chances are greater the child's life will remain so. The high rate of teen pregnancy and infant mortality among our people is unacceptable. We can do something about it, and it won't cost a dime. Mother or female family member involvement. This is a problem that has a solution that has been proven to work, and I know all of you have ideas to support this. There are many facets to teen pregnancy. It's too easy to blame the teens. Teen pregnancy affects infant mortality through low birth rate and lack of nutrition. Then there is the effect on the teen's family and also on the community, for example, in regards to lost income. But is there a positive after the fact? Yes, with parental and community involvement. Women for women. As I stated earlier, 1 in 6 births in Shelby County is to a teen mother. Chances are we currently know someone who was, is, or will soon be a teen mom. Nationally, the birth rate declined 6% in 2009, but the U.S. teen pregnancy rate is the highest in the Western industrialized world. The future of a teen mom is pretty grim. Only a third of these young ladies will graduate from high school, and only slightly over 1% will earn a college degree by the time she turns 30. Unfortunately, after she has one baby, a teen mom is likely to have another in just a few short years. Having more children with a limited education, and as a result limited job opportunities, puts a family deeper into poverty. So how does this affect the child? As we are aware, certain areas of Memphis are considered a food desert. A food desert is an area in a wealthy industrialized country where healthy food is hard to obtain. Now, there are plenty of grocery stores around us, but if you don't have reliable or safe transportation, it can be difficult to visit the stores. What a teen mom eats is what her unborn baby eats. So if she eats convenience foods, then the baby is going to only eat convenience foods. A teen mom may go into preterm labor, and even if she makes it full term, her baby may still be born with low birth weight. Besides nutrition, there is also the issue of health care. In 2004, Shelby County's percentage of black mothers who reported smoking while pregnant was 7.6%. Then there is the lack of prenatal care. The percentage of black mothers receiving first trimester care was 48.1% for 2004. Also in 2004, 15% of our mothers chose no prenatal care, or they started prenatal care in the final trimester of their pregnancy. These factors lead to infant mortality, which is the death of an infant under 1 year of age. In 2004, the infant mortality rate for Shelby County was 12.8 deaths per 1,000 live births, compared to the state rate of 8.6 deaths per 1,000 live births. The black infant death rate was 17.4, was 2.8 times the white rate of 6.3 deaths per 1,000 live births. The leading cause of infant deaths is a short gestation period and low birth rate. These rates did increase. By 2006, we experienced an infant death rate of 13.8 per 1,000 live births. This prompted the Governor's Office of Child Care Coordination to create the Infant Mortality Reduction Initiative. Their goal is to reduce fetal and infant deaths and improve women's health care. As a result of their efforts, in 2007, the overall infant mortality rate for the county dropped to 12.7 per 1,000 live births. What is a day like for a teen mom? Well, chances are she's dropped out of high school. Remember, only a third of teen mothers will graduate. Lack of a high school education will greatly affect her ability to obtain and keep a job. A mother who lacks a good paying job will not be able to afford healthy foods for herself or for her family, and this can lead to childhood obesity. Now, what if a teen mom stays in school and she is working, or maybe she's just working? Who's caring for her child? According to the U.S. Census, blacks are more likely to live and care for their grandchildren. 52% of black grandparents who live with their grandkids are responsible for that child's day-to-day care. That care includes finances, shelter, food, clothing, discipline, schooling, and if the grandparent works outside the home, daycare. A teen's mother's mother is not only raising her teen, but also any other children she may have living in the house, as well as the teen mother's child. This can lead to stress within the family unit. And what about the financial cost of teen pregnancy? A child born to a teen mother has a greater chance of being born into poverty. As of 2010, 14.3% of families in America live in poverty. According to the 2011 Health and Human Services Poverty Guidelines, a family of 4 with an income of $22,350 is impoverished. If a teen mother brings her baby into this environment, that's a family of 5 living on $22,350. There is also a cost to the community. As of 2009, childhood poverty costs Shelby County $1.5 billion a year in lost productivity. What about the child's future? Our goal for every child is to be born into an educated, employed, stable environment. A loving and nurturing family where education is encouraged and provided for, where the child will finish high school, go to college, or the military, or the workforce, and find a fulfilling adult life. For the offspring of teen mothers, this isn't always the case. The first 3 years of life are a period of astonishing brain development. There is movement, controlling the head, rolling over, crawling, walking, running. There is the development of the senses, sight, recognizing parents, smell, touch, grasping objects, hearing and taste. Language skills, motor skills, social interactive skills, and emotional skills. Brain development occurs as the young child interacts with the world around him or her. People, places, and things. If the environment is negative, a crime-ridden community, disease, maternal depression, a stress-filled home life, these factors will greatly affect the young child's development. A child in poverty may be uprooted more times than in comparison to their middle-class counterpart. He or she may have fewer resources to play and learn with. A child raised by a single mother in poverty will have a vocabulary a third less than a middle-class child by the time he or she is 3 years old. This can have a great effect on a child's self-esteem and schooling. By now you're probably wondering, what can we do? Well, if you listen to the national media, social think tanks, and even the government, the answer is to get married. On June 15, 2008, President Obama gave a speech about the need of fathers and the ills single parenting has on Black children. President Bush had the Healthy Marriage Plan. I'm not saying that fathers aren't important, but I think a father who wants to be in his child's life will do so on his own. Forcing a father into a child's life doesn't always work. I believe we need to move past the negative of the fatherless child and focus on the positive of having a present mother. Instead of wasting time cursing the man who left, focus and bless the name of the women who stayed. Traditionally in our culture, a woman has a very special place in the family. She is the spiritual head. She is the keeper of the idea of family. African American culture is matriarchy, which in our society is seen as wrong. We're told patriarchy is best. If that isn't an option, we must return to our cultural heritage. An involved mother, grandmother, aunt, or cousin can have a hugely positive impact on the life of a teen girl. In 2003, 80% of Black single mothers completed high school. How? Family involvement. Someone to guide the teen, tell her that education is important, and someone to just say to her, I'm proud of you. 46% of teens say that their parents influenced their decisions about having sex. 80% find it easier to delay sex if there is an open communication with a parent on the subject. So talking to a young lady can have a huge impact on whether or not she'll have sex and or become a teen parent. It may be hard to talk to your daughter, granddaughter, niece. After all, many of us grew up in homes where children were seen and not heard. Our mothers didn't communicate with us because their mothers didn't communicate with them. Is that really a legacy we want to pass on to our daughters? Wouldn't you rather give her wisdom than silence? If you don't know where to start, there are women's groups here in the church to help. And if you don't feel comfortable in a group setting, ask to speak to one of these women in private. The topic presented today isn't one that any of us feel comfortable discussing, and that's okay, but only for a second. We can't avoid it. One pregnant teen is too many, one dead infant is too many. There's a cemetery here called Babyland, a public cemetery in Pottersfield. It's where rows and rows and rows of babies lay, many with just a number, buried in a handmade wooden casket. This is many generations of our people, not just one. With the right care, they could have become teachers, dentists, inventors, anything they wanted. All they asked for us was help in the womb, a good start, and we couldn't give them that. So let us honor these babies today. Let us honor them by becoming involved in our daughters' lives, letting them know how important they are to us, talking with them and not at them, letting them know that right now, today, they are somebody, and we want to see them live up to their fullest potential. If we do this, maybe one day Babyland will be a historic place. Thank you.